Hey bakers, you guys, 500,000 people loved my Copycat Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie recipe. And a ton of you have asked me to do like a full series on Copycat Little Debbie recipes. Okay, chef versus snack it is. Let's do this. Now, I'm gonna go shopping and get a ton of different Little Debbie snacks, but what I have in my house is I have oatmeal cream pies. This is another one of Molly's favorite treats. Now, I'm slightly disappointed in these because they're so much smaller than I remember them. I mean, I remember them filling up this entire bag. They just seem small, but it could just be that I grew up and whatever. Okay, so a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie is a soft bake oatmeal cookie stuffed with a frosting. We'll claim it like a frosting. Now, it is soft, not crunchy. Okay, so, and it also doesn't have big chunks of oats in it. So that's something we have to remember. Okay, so there's not a butter-based frosting. There's molasses. Is that honey? Okay. I think I have a recipe. Let me gather my ingredients. For my recipe, I've written out what I think it is. All right, we have 1 cup of butter-flavored Crisco. All right, we have, I need a spatula. Dang it. In here, I thought I was prepared. We have 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, 2 eggs, tablespoon of molasses, tablespoon of honey, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to put this all in a bowl, and I'm going to use my hand mixer. You can use a stand mixer, it doesn't matter, and mix this up really, really fine together. After I do that, I'm going to take 1.5 cups of instant oats, plain instant oats, and pulse them in my food processor for about 1.5 minutes. There's not a lot of big chunks of oatmeal in this cookie. All right, do this and I'll be right back. Your wet ingredients are all combined. This is what you're gonna get. All right, I have my pulsed oats. So there are still a few little chunks in it, but otherwise they're all kind of finely chopped up because in the oatmeal cookie, there aren't like the big flaky ones that you would get in like a oatmeal raisin cookie. All right, so then I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and how much did I say? 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We want soda because these are not fluffy. They're a very dense, chewy cookie. And we're not gonna overbake these. We're gonna pay attention to our bake. Preheat your oven, 350 degrees. Again, with your hand mixer, get this all nice and mixed up. All right, so our batter is all done, and that is what it looks like. So we're gonna get our cookie sheets. Now, we have to make sure that these are separated in our cookie sheets because they are going to spread. We use baking soda, not baking powder. Now, I don't agree in the size of these, so I'm gonna use my handy dandy little ice cream scoop, and I'm gonna make sure that it only fills, that we don't overfill it, and I'm gonna scoop it on perfectly like that because it's going to spread super nice and get the perfect little sandwich cookie. Make sure you have an even amount. Remember, we're making sandwiches, so we need an equal amount of cookies. Now, from my childhood, yes, I am an 80s baby. I was born in 1980. Do the math, that makes me 42 years old. And let me just tell you, I look damn good for a 42-year-old. Anywho, not the topic of discussion right now. So I remember these puppies being like super a lot bigger than what they are. I have one lady here that's following me that works for Little Debbie. Am I wrong? Did you guys shrink the hell out of these? Also, for those of you that have never done this, stick this in your freezer. There is nothing like a frozen Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie. I do it to my nutty bars, to my oatmeal cream pies. So good. So freaking good. Okay, pop them on your cookie sheets, even apart, 350 degree oven, 8 to 10 minutes only. And this is something you need to pay attention to because we only want to do it until the edges of our cookies start to get brown. We need these soft and chewy. They will finish baking on your cookie tray when you pull them out from the radiant heat. You know, I'm going to show you. I always do. All right, while our cookies are baking, we have to make the delicious filling that goes inside an oatmeal cream pie. Now, I'm going to burst so many of your guys' bubbles right now. Contrary to popular belief, Most frosting that is inside of treats like this, Oreos, these cake rolls, is not made of butter. It's made of lard. So this is why I get so freaking perturbed when people come at bakers for the fact that, oh my God, your frosting has so much butter in it. Shut the frosting up. Anywho, I digress. So you want 3/4 cup of butter flavored lard. Crisco. I like using Crisco. Butter flavor is what you want. You also need, my timer's up, 2/3 cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then you need 10 ounces of marshmallow fluff. It's like 1.5 jars. All I could find was a 13-ounce jar, so I'm just going to get 10 ounces out. Isn't that satisfying? All right, so then you're going to take this to your hand or stand mixer, and as you're mixing it, you are going to slowly add 2 tablespoons of excruciatingly hot water to it. Mix until fluffy and smooth. When your frosting is done, this is what it will look like. I am just going to put it in a no-tipped piping bag and set it aside until I'm ready to use it. Remember, you cannot frost your cookies until they're fully cooled. Okay, so our cookies are out of the oven and they're perfect. How do I know they're done? My edges started to turn golden brown. Okay, but Bailey, your cookies have a little bit of puff to them. They need to be flat. Here's what we do. Fresh out of the oven. And notice they get that perfect little crinkle that real ones get. I'm going to do that to each of my trays, set them aside to fully cool, and then we're going to fool Molly. All right, so everything's cooled. I just piped a thin layer because there is not a lot of frosting in original oatmeal. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with my hair here. Cream pies. So a thin layer, and then I'm just going to smush 2 together until it comes out to the side, and then look. Oatmeal cream pies. Oh. All right, so now we need the taste test. Okay, I will taste it first, and then I will get Molly down here. It tastes exactly like an oatmeal cream pie. All right, let me go get Molly. All right, bakers. So you know her, little miss. You can't make a cosmic brownie, Molly. Molly, what is this?
Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie.
And do you like these?
Yes. How dare you?
She just. Molly, what is this?
Your version?
Would you like to try my version? There you have it, folks. Scratch made Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. This is way better than this. I mean, these are still really freaking good, but try this recipe out, you guys. Let me know what you think.